All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Audits Podcast.
Hey y'all, welcome back.
So, has this week been good for you?
I feel like compared to yours, probably. Because I know you've had it rough this week. So
I've had it,
I would say out of the two of us.
I've had it rough this whole month.
Yeah, April has not been your month, but it's like I told you earlier. April showers bring May flowers.
Exactly. And that's exactly how I'm going to look at it. Okay.
Yo.
So, just a little quick update off of last episode. My little talking thing. So, that's over. And you already know all that, which is crazy to me.
I mean, is there anything that you want to say now, like in this episode compared to last week's?
I think last week I was in the mindset of I want it to work out, and this week I think I'm in the mindset of, you know what, let me move on, kind of thing. And I think my whole reason that I'm stuck on it is because I didn't get any closure to it, because it was more like I was blocked on everything. A random time on a Monday, I was blocked. And I feel as though that if I was given some type of reason or whatever, then I would have been able to move on, move past it. Simple as that. And I just don't understand. That's my thing, is like, I communicated everything that that had happened in previous talking stages, and they were like, "Oh, that's crappy. I would never do something like that." And then they turn around and do it, and I'm like, "Oh, oh." I think.
Sorry, I was drinking some of my water.
I know you're good. I think I'm not upset anymore. I think that sadness has turned into anger. And it's anger towards them, but it's also anger towards myself, because I let somebody use me and manipulate me in a way that I shouldn't have let happen. And I look back at it now and I know for sure that there were signs of manipulation and toxic traits that I ignored because I had some feelings. And I sent this person a paragraph after they had blocked me on my number, so they haven't received it. But if they unblock me, they'll see the message. It's a whole paragraph of exactly how I feel, and they'll see it one day, but they won't be able to respond because I've got them blocked now, and I won't ever unblock them.
Oh yeah, but I feel like that's also part of the dating game, I guess is what we'll call it, which is what I think is what's happening right now in the dating world. Because like I can think of a couple people I have their numbers blocked, and it's simply me blowing up at the fact that they have me blocked and they like didn't communicate. It drives me up the wall. But like, here's another thing, because I want this person to know, because I know that they're listening. I want this person to know.
Oh, 100%.
We also know about all the reposts that you posted
Oop.
to make yourself look like a badass. And it's just so funny, because maybe you should be reposting videos on, I don't know, communication. On how to be a baddie who actually speaks their mind instead of hiding behind their phone and then deciding that they're just going to block with no conversation at all.
What are we,
like
in the third grade?
Yeah, it's the equivalent of all of us doing science experiments and then bringing in like a cup of dirt. You know what I mean? Like, it reminds me of like the Brian Regan stand up, where he's like, it's a cup of dirt. There's a dirt and there's cup in it. I call it cup of dirt. Like, it makes no sense. Meanwhile, you have a volcano that you built. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you have all these things of like all this hard work that like you've put in, and that person is just flying by, you know, the seat of their pants.
I mean,
so it's more of a reflection of them and their character.
mm-hmm.
Because like, here's another thing. You and I both would say that like sometimes hotties are delusional. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we put ourselves. Well, no, I think that we all have things that we've been a little delusional about, but like sometimes if you're not delusional, you're not going to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you're not like, okay, but like my rule of thumb is that's not your person because your person wouldn't treat you like that.
Ooh,
like if there is something that draws you back and you're like, did I deserve that? No. And the person who did it to you, they're not for you either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the person meant for you would be thorough at communication.
My whole mindset right now is they blocked me because I'm so hot that they were so jealous that they're like, I can't look at him every day and know I fumbled so hard, so I have to block.
That's how I feel about. There's one that has me blocked, and you know about this one too because it was the one that I was talking to. Like, it was the situationship before I met my now boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted you and I was like, this man called me a crazy ass psychotic bitch. Ooh. And you texted back, you were like, oh, so he thinks you're hot. Got it. And I called him out on it. I was like, I sent a screenshot and I was like, hey, here's another male. Here's one of your species confirming why you're acting this way. Get your crap together. And he ended up blocking me. And, you know, there's a whole story behind that we won't go into on the podcast. But, like, there were so many things that man did or said where I was like, my man wouldn't act like that.
Oh, 100%.
My man would not act like you. And that's how I know you ain't right for me. So it's okay that you blocked me. Thank you for taking yourself out of my life. Because, like, it was one of those things where, like, I would block his number and then he would pop up on Snapchat.
Ooh.
And be like, you forgot to block me here. And I'm like, why are you still seeing if you can communicate with me through different platforms? Like, this is wild.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it really is. I think people that block you or people who go out of their way to make it to where they can't communicate with you. I've heard this, and it used to make me laugh, but I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of true. But it's the, if they blocked you, you won.
Ooh, 100%.
Like, congratulations if...
Because you want me so
you're
bad.
You're the one that got blocked.
You want me...
Literally, like, you want to communicate with me so freaking bad that you have to block my number.
Literally, you want me so bad that you had to block
me. Like, it's giving fan behavior.
Oh, so you
like,
want
that's
me.
that's the ultimate... hard to get. Like, at that point, you playing hard to want, baby. Bye.
And it's the fact that I sent pictures of this person to multiple people, and all of them said, oh, so you're doing charity work.
Yeah.
And I said, I thought they were attractive.
Well, my thing was, is like, because you sent me a picture of them as well, and I was like, okay, like, cute, but not cute enough to act like that.
Oh, 100%. Hey, let's act not your age, not your shoe size. Let's act your hotness.
Right. Well, and people say, like I've always believed, especially whenever I was younger, because, like, the people that I would have crushes on, some of my friends would be like, Abby, they are not cute.
Mm-mm.
But it's because I'd spent so much time with them and with their personality that, like, your personality can make or break your hotness so quick.
Oh, definitely.
Like you can have the best features physically in the entire world, but if your personality or your attitude is absolute trash, you're going to appear uglier to me. Like, I can't explain that. Like, physically you're going to look uglier to me.
Exactly.
But if you're like a mid to average looking person and you have a heart of gold and your actions are over the moon beautiful and thoughtful and that kind of stuff, hot.
Mm-hmm.
So hot.
See, and I won't even say like I'm the hottest person on earth, but like, or most attractive, whatever. But I'm like, I have a good personality. I can tell you that because the amount of people that gravitate towards me, it shows.
Oh yeah. Listen, going through these, job interviews and this stuff because I'm like transitioning to a new city. Like doing these interviews and meeting these people. Like I got a job offer at a company up there, and the manager and the assistant manager, they were both like, "Hey, we have to let you know we're obsessed with you.
Uh-huh.
Like, we cannot wait for you to come be a part of this team and all that kind of stuff." But like, and here's another thing. I'm a lot like you. I'm not gonna say that I'm the most attractive person in the world. Like, I'm not gonna claim to be the most beautiful or anything like that. But like, personality, I got on lock. like I 9 times out of 10, I'll be your personality hire. I am the donkey.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, I am the comedic relief.
Mm-hmm.
I am the personality hire. And that helps me out in a lot of different ways.
And it's a cherry on top. It's just a cherry on top that you're hot.
Literally, like, it's so crazy that every time people meet me, they're like, "Oh, God can really do that." I'm just kidding.
Oh, God has favorites.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does. And you and I are two of those.
And it's the fact.
And anyone who crosses our path should know that by now.
And I know that the person that I'm talking about, I know you're listening. Don't think that I didn't, I forgot about how you said that I look hotter in person and I already looked hot. Hey, remember that. I clocked it and I still remember it. You think I'm hot. You want me.
I feel like because I know you're an Ari fan, I should give you like Ari encouragement, but you know who you need to channel right now in this next period? Like all of May, my challenge to you.
Okay.
Please challenge yourself to think like Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, definitely.
I think if you had like a Sabrina Carpenter summer, I think it would change the game for you.
Mm-hmm. I give myself 2 days to mope around and to feel sad. And tomorrow, it's a new dawn. It's a new day.
It's a new day.
And I'm feeling good.
Good.
Because tomorrow I'm going to go in and I'm a baddie again. Remember that. A baddie will bounce back.
Well, the thing is, listen, in the words of Meg the Stallion, I'm a bad bitch and I get bad anxiety. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
I'm an overthinker.
She said, one thing she said in there, she said, what is it? It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Bad bitches have bad days too. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, bounce back. How a bad bitch always do.
Oh, definitely.
Like, you can be a baddie and still be in your feels. Like, that doesn't take away from it. But like the way you're talking about it, it's giving the feeling of Sabrina Carpenter whenever it's kind of like, hey, you're still gonna think of me whenever you're kissing other people, and that's on you.
Oh, 100%.
And I find it funny. Like, if you don't think that, I don't think for a second about all of the people that have mistreated me, especially compared to how Tyler treats me now. Like, not to circle back to my amazing man, but I am in a really good relationship now.
And you are?
Like, yeah, that man, last night after we saw Kendrick and SZA, I was sitting in the passenger seat of the car and I was
We have to get into that later, BT Dubs.
Yes, we do. I will unpack it all because it was such a good show.
I'm so jealous.
But I was sitting in the passenger seat of the car and I was like, that was so much fun. Like, coming off the high of being in the same room as Kendrick and SZA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, saw her floating around as a fairy.
I freaking love her.
Insane. And he was like, okay, baby, well, let's take your shoes off. So I leaned to go get my shoes. He reaches his big hand around down near my ankle and pops my shoes off. And I, like, looked at him, and he helped me put them on before we even walked in. And they're not super complicated shoes. He's just that much of a gentleman that he just helps me take on and off my shoes. You know how many times I've been told that no one would put up with that? And my man does it just to do it? Like, come on.
And that's iconic.
Yeah, like, come on. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Mm-hmm. Okay?
The Lord will provide. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
The Lord will provide every time. Thank you, Lord. Ain't he good?
He's good.
Amen.
Hallelujah, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
But I say all that to say, like, I mean, I definitely had to earn my stripes of bad relationships and bad dates and bad situationships and things like that. And then, like, whenever I started thinking about it, I was like, wait, my man wouldn't do that. Like, the man that's for me, he would not in a million years decide to make me feel this way. So why in the world am I letting you?
Oh, definitely. It's also the fact that I keep lowering. Okay, so before this talking stage, it was last November, December. It was November, October, November-ish area. But I was talking to this one person, and we had been talking for 3 months. And when I tell you, at the beginning, I was not in it. Like, I was like, I don't really want to talk, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't really find you attractive, this and that. And they were obsessed. When I say obsessed with me. They said that they stalked me for years. And I was like, you know what? It's giving fan behavior. And I kind of want attention. So I did it. And then I fell. I fell hard. And then they were like, hey, I'm not feeling it. I cried. I cried because I was like, I let a mid person, somebody that's mid, turn me down. I lowered my standards, and they got rejected.
Well, but here's the thing. Like, as far as them being obsessed with you and, like, knowing everything about you, and maybe I'm wrong. Friends in the comments, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, comment down below if she's wrong or right.
I love that. Like, please be obsessed with me because I'm damn sure obsessed with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I love that the fact that, like, I can be like, if Tyler and I decide not to cook, I'm like, yeah, let's get Chipotle or something. He takes so much pride in reading my order out loud just to see if he gets it right. Just to see if he can tell what kind of mood I'm in. Like, I love that. And I can do the same with him.
I would chop off an arm. My right arm. My dominant arm. To get a love like that.
That's what I'm saying. And, like, it was one of those things that TikTok trend where it was like, so this is love. Mm-hmm. I started playing in the background of my head. And, like, he's simply just putting in a Chipotle order. But I'm like, I didn't have to tell him what I wanted. He just knew it. And,
hey, my pants are down.
I was losing sleep. Right. And I was losing sleep over a man who doesn't have all 10 fingers.
I forgot about that.
And literally, like, what I wanted to be upset over men who were trying to hit up my friends while I was asleep.
It's the gasp.
Like,
oh Lord.
Yeah, like, no, because I'll tell you one thing. My man, my man's. He wouldn't do that to
Mm-mm.
me.
And it's really
Ever.
it's the mid to butt ugly people that like think that they can do anything. Like when I say they think they got the most game, and I'm like, hey, let's take a step back and look in the mirror. If your reflection doesn't scream when y'all make eye contact, then we'll talk.
Yeah. Well, and like, I catch myself, and I need to not get so worked up on this podcast because I know he's listening. He listens to every episode.
Oh.
But like, there'll be times where like, I look at my man, and like, he can be doing something that's so simple, and I'm like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like I get all giddy, and I get all excited because like then like I immediately have that thought of like, oh, and he's mine, and we're together, and I can't believe that. Like last night, he was so excited to show me off at that concert.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't care what I wore. I was like, the outfit I wanted to wear fell through, but like my makeup looks good and my hair looks good, and blah blah. He was like, babe, like you look great. He was like, you look great dolled up. You look great with no makeup too. I love the natural look. And I was like, I know, but I have to get dolled up sometimes. He's like, I'm just saying if it's just me and you, like, you don't have to do that, but like you can dress up however you so choose. But like with me, and like sometimes he'll make the jokes of like, who you dressing up for? And I'll point blank be like, myself and other women.
Exactly. Not you.
I want another pretty girl to tell me that my makeup looks really nice.
See, and that's
Like,
me. Like when I get dressed up, I'm not doing it to show off for other men, like to be like, oh, I'm better than you. I'm doing it for the women. If a woman comes up to me and says, your outfit eat. Thanks, Pookie.
like, and like that is. Let's talk about that for a moment before I go into pop culture. The beauty of being kind to people.
Ooh. Hey, let's be
Like,
kind 2025.
yeah, like I mean, I love being nice to people. Like I'm always looking for like a compliment to give and things like that. Not to be cheesy, but it's just my personality. You know what I mean? But like anytime a pretty girl tells me that I'm pretty, I'm throwing down a pink sparkly Uno reverse card on that.
Ooh, definitely.
Like you are not about to out compliment me. I will tell you I love the color of your toenail polish. I don't give a flying fart.
A fart.
But like the new company I'm working with, the girls that told me that they're obsessed with me, I'm obsessed with them. Oh my goodness, they are all so beautiful. And their style is so nice. And like it's okay to them that I'm this alternative chick. Like I want this place is nothing but white and gold. Beautiful. And I had to call Reagan to give me like a little pep talk before I interviewed for it. I said, Reagan, this place is made out of all gold and white, and I think I'm a little in over my head, and maybe I should just do this interview for fun. And then I ended up landing the job.
As you should, because I mean, look at you.
Thank you. No, I'm excited for it, but like I say all that to say this. I think a lot of what's happening with me right now and why my personal life is having a lot of gain and it's very drama free and stress free is truly because I adapted the mind of like, hey, the people for me wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
The people on my team and on my side wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I incorporated that in dating, and I got very lucky and very blessed. I incorporated that in my friendships, and while the circle of my friendships has gotten smaller, yes, at the same time, the quality has gotten that much
Oh,
better.
100%.
So like that the person that's listening, because which I don't know, maybe they turned it off by now because their face was red and they were embarrassed, as they
Mm-hmm.
should be.
Oh, I
Um,
would be too.
I just that's not your person.
It's not.
That's not your person. As much as I wish it was, because you know, you and I talked about in our personal text, and I told you over text exactly how I felt. But like, I'm ready for you to be in that relationship that makes you happy and makes your soul soar. But like, I ain't about to let you walk into these situations and be like, and he could fit, or she could fit, or they could fit, or anything like that, because like, friends, that's not how that
Mm-hmm.
works. And if you want advice from me and you tell me something stupid that person has done, that's not your
It's not.
person.
That's not them.
It's just not.
See, and that's like.
And I wish it
That's like
was,
I.
but it's not.
It's like I sent. I was texting the cast of Greece when I was in Greece. We have our group chat, and I was texting them about it also because I was just like frustrated as crap. Like I was crying at work because I was so frustrated, and they were like, "You're gonna have to start sending pictures of people that you're talking to before you talk to them, so we can give them the okay." And I'm like, honestly, I'm going to start sending all of my friends a picture of people and be like, yes or no. Honestly, and
See,
I've
but
done that
that's
with you.
yeah. But it's also like, here's the only tricky thing about that is your type and my type could not
Oh,
be the
yeah.
same. But I could still look at someone and say like, okay, like I like them for
Mm-hmm.
you. You know what I mean? Like I like them. Like this makes sense to me. But like there are some people, bestie, that are
Oh,
just ugly.
100%.
And I'll say this: the person that you were talking about this past time, they weren't ugly. Their personality
Mm-hmm.
was. You know what I mean? Like there, it wasn't necessarily that they were ugly. It was the crap that they did and the crap that they
It made
said.
them ugly.
It made them ugly. Um, and honestly, I could say the same about Blake Lively.
Ooh, yeah, let's switch. Let's switch the topics and get to what we're really here about, cuz let's get off these losers.
um, no, well, also, I mean, it kind of, my speculation, you can tell me at the end if whenever I give you all this
Mm-hmm.
information, because I'm going to be ranting about it for a moment.
As you should.
I feel like what happened, my theory going into this, just for you to,
Mm-hmm.
chew on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that there was a level of flirtation on the set of It
Mm-hmm.
Ends With Us. And then whenever Blake Lively realized that Justin Baldoni was just being a nice guy and that's what made him attractive, I think she spiraled a little bit and that's how we got to where we are. And I think her jealous husband Ryan Reynolds played a big part
Mm-hmm.
in it.
Oh, so she was mad because he didn't
And
want her.
it's just
Oh.
yeah. So let me see how I want to start. I kind of want to give you like a little bit of like I guess like a character list and like a small snippet of who they are. Because I'm going to be saying a few names in this, and it would just be easier if you knew off the bat who
Mm-hmm.
they were before I get into it.
Okay.
So there's obviously Blake Lively. She was in Gossip Girl. She was in A Simple Favor,
A
1 and
Simple Favor
2.
is so good.
Um, yes, A Simple Favor was really good. She did really good in Gossip Girl. Like she has a few things under her movie belt that I was like, yeah, no, I like her. She's fine. Um, and then her husband Ryan Reynolds, who is Deadpool, and I think for a while he had the title of like America's husband or America's boyfriend or something like that because he was just super supportive of his
Mm-hmm.
wife and he was good to his kids and had such success in the Deadpool movies. Um, so much so that like Sony like signed him on. Like he's worth a lot more money now after those movies. Um, then there's Justin Baldoni, who was the director, and he starred in It Ends With Us, and he's been in a few different things. Um, he's kind of well known, but definitely not as much as Lively and Reynolds. Um, and then I'm trying to think. Oh, there's Brian, who is Brian Friedman is Justin
Mm-hmm.
Baldoni's lawyer. And then Blake and Ryan's publicist, her name is Jessica Abel, and Jessica Abel worked for a lady named Stephanie Jones. Um, so I think that's all the characters. If you need me to remind you throughout this story, just stop me and I will remind you. So, um, Blake Lively files a lawsuit. I want to say in December, um, or like November, December of this past year, and the day it drops, and Taylor Swift is involved. The day that it drops, there is already an editorial from the New York Times talking about how Blake is standing up for women and she's not going to be bullied in the
Mm-hmm.
workplace and like all this stuff. And one second, I'm getting situated. I'm getting comfortable while I tell you this story, honey.
As you should.
Um, so Justin Baldoni then in January files a defamation lawsuit against Blake Lively because her original one that she filed was for sexual harassment in the workplace. And in her lawsuit, it's talking about how um, he like has come into her dressing room before while she's breastfeeding without her knowledge, and about how there was no intimacy coordinator on the set, so she felt uncomfortable during scenes, and how he just didn't listen to her or take care of his employees, and all this kind of stuff. And Justin Baldoni was like, nope, that's not me. And in her lawsuit, she included these text messages that had obviously been doctored. And so he told Brian Friedman, the lawyer, about it. And Brian Friedman was like, well, you know what we should do? Since they want to do that, let's just set up a whole website and we'll just put out every single text message that you've
Ooh.
ever sent them. And he was like, really? He said, really? And he said, yeah. So they did. They set up this website and it had all the different text messages between Blake, Ryan, and Justin, because Justin involved Ryan in it, because Ryan came up with this character called Nice Pool in his Deadpool movies that were inspired by Justin
Mm-hmm.
Baldoni. And
Which is crazy.
so oh my gosh, bullying to the insane degree. I mean, to be so insecure that you have to come up with an entire character just to rag on this guy, like, that's embarrassing. Like, I know he lost sleep over Justin
Isn't he
Baldoni.
also in his 40s?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, I think Blake Lively is like 37 and Ryan Reynolds has to be like
What is up with
45.
people not acting their age? Hey, aren't
Literally.
we
Oh,
grown?
it gets worse. Oh, it gets
Oh
so
goodness.
much worse. So then that begs the question of, well, okay, so Justin Baldoni threatens and says, we'll have all of your text messages about this topic subpoenaed. Meaning it doesn't matter who they talk to about it, aka
Ooh,
Taylor Swift, aka Hugh Jackman. Um, those people would also be subpoenaed to testify in court. And so Blake obviously starts freaking out. She's like, no, this can't happen.
hmm.
This can't happen. Um, and so then she petitions for the media to not be a part of this trial because there are a lot of high profile names. Judge denies that obviously and's like, no, you kind of made it public already with
Ooh,
the New York Times. Like we can't just now not have media coverage whenever this whole thing was done off of media anyways, because she didn't even let him come to the
exactly.
premiere. She made him hide like underneath the theater. His friends and his family had to come first, and then they had to hide out because she was, quote, so uncomfortable, unquote, with him even being in attendance because that's how much he
Hmm.
sexually harassed her, according to her.
And he's the director.
Well, yeah, well, not only that, but like he actually read this book, and he and Colleen Hoover shared messages back and forth, and he was solely just going to direct, but she was like, I think that you would be a perfect
Hmm.
Riles, and asked him to not only direct it but also be in it because she believed in the direction that he was
Hmm.
going to take it. So um that I will tell you about that in just a second. So she she infuriates me. So she then says to the court something about it not being in the media, and they deny it. And so she's like, okay, well, then I'm going to file this way. And she ends up technically admitting to lying by
Hmm.
omission. And she was like about the intimacy coordinator. She was like, well, yes, I just told you that an intimacy coordinator wasn't present. It's okay that I left out that I didn't want it. And like, the judge is like tilting their head, like looking at her like,
Hmm.
what do you mean? So then it was the question of, okay, well, how did we get all these text messages? So that goes over to Jennifer Abel and Stephanie Jones. So Stephanie Jones is pretty famous for PR over in Los Angeles. Like she became popular like in the early 2000s, because she would represent people like Paris Hilton and things like that. So she had built a pretty good business, but she's known for having connections all throughout the business. So like, you don't cross Stephanie. So Jennifer Abel worked for Stephanie's company, and she represented um, Justin Baldoni, and I want to say the other one that represented Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds both. Um, they, sorry, a bit of information came into my brain that I also have to incorporate. Um, there's so much, but Jennifer Abel put in a 6 weeks notice to Stephanie Jones of like, hey, thank you for letting me work here, but I am leaving the company. 2 days before her last day, Stephanie Jones calls her into a private room where she's got a forensic investigator in the room with her, and they extract everything off of her phone. And Jennifer Abel was like, please don't do it. Like, I have pictures of my family. Like, this is also my personal
Hmm.
phone. Like, this is an invasion of privacy. They did not care. They pulled it, and they said that they were doing it because of a subpoena. Um, Well, well. Um, Stephanie Jones had actually given that to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and this all took place 3 months before the filing actually
3
happened.
months?
So then there comes 3 months before.
God.
So, like, as they investigate, more things are coming through the timeline. Like, that happened in August. The New York Times didn't say anything until October. Like, end of October, beginning of November. And Blake Lively didn't file a lawsuit until October or November. So, like, which goes back to him being the director. Blake Lively is kind of known for coming onto different movies and coming onto different movie sets and saying, oh, well, I think that this would work better creatively. Like, a lot of people dogged how she styled her character in It Ends With Us because apparently the fashion didn't make
Kind of
sense.
didn't, but okay.
And things like that. Well, for some reason, she believes that every idea that she brings up is just the best thing ever.
Delusional, but okay.
Right. And so they traced it back to, and like, I'll have to send you pictures of it, but like, the original subpoena that that Stephanie Jones, the PR lady, is saying that she complied with, there are no defendants even listed in there. So, like, now they're just covering their tracks. And they're gonna subpoena Taylor Swift and Hugh Jackman because there was one point where they were trying to put Blake Lively's version of the rooftop scene up at the top. And apparently they plotted to have Taylor Swift there to intimidate Justin Baldoni into doing it.
Also,
but there
so
was
crazy
also
to me to now know that she was trying to put so much of her agenda into it, and he is the director.
Oh, yeah. Well, there are 3 different versions of the movie. There are his version, there's Blake's version, which is the version that Sony put out because she told Sony if they didn't put hers out that she was going to go after Justin for sexual harassment, like let them know, and said that she would sue Sony too. And so Sony just complied with what she wanted because they used a Taylor Swift song for the like trailer or the credits or something like that. And there was a music person working on the set that Taylor had worked with in the past and didn't really like. And so the only way they could keep the Taylor Swift song in there is if they fired the other person. There's 3 versions of this movie out. There's Blake's version, Justin's version, and Sony's version of it. And to avoid this kind of confrontation with Blake, they were going to put hers out, but her movie was done by a music video editor who was hired by none other than Taylor Swift and good old Tay-Tay, and none of it was received very well at all. And then, of course, naturally, Taylor Swift and Blake Lively aren't public friends anymore. Travis loses the Super Bowl. Everything's falling apart.
No.
Last week they said something about how Taylor Swift and Blake Lively were still friends and they were going to work through this and be back better than ever. And I don't know. They came out publicly saying that they were going to have to subpoena them and that the trial would start in March 2026. There's no way that Blake Lively is going to win this trial because, like, he wasn't sexually harassing her. Like, that man has a wife and kids. Like, he went as far as to post the video because she said something about in her lawsuit about how he smelled her skin during a scene and told her how good she smelled and that she looked sexy that day, that kind of stuff. And he, on the website I told you about, posted the video that they filmed, and the whole time they're talking about their spouses. And she apologized. She's like, I'm probably getting spray tan all over you. And he was like, no, it's okay. Like, it actually smells really nice. She was like, oh, yeah, like, it's my spray tan. Like, he wasn't being creepy. They were in character. They were dancing in a bar in this scene. But the whole time that he's, like, holding hands, dancing with her, he's talking about his wife. Like, he thinks because there's no audio in there that he can talk to his coworker about his wife and his kids and ask her about her husband and her kids. Like, he was being very respectful, and it's just like, what's crazy to me is seeing how people can twist things for their agenda. And it's like, these are people on, like, big scales with big things to lose, and they still feel like Ryan Reynolds petitioned last month to be dropped from the lawsuit altogether because he said that he was just trying to be a supportive husband, and it's gotten too far for him. And now, like, I guess, like, Marvel is pushing to be dropped from the case too because of Deadpool. Like, they're getting so petty with it and down in the nitty gritty with it that it's like, if these people that have everything to lose are still willing to do that, what are people of mine and your, financial stature willing to do to bust someone's character for their gain? Like, that's crazy. I've always been one to get both sides of the stories in every situation, but, like, to be a fly on that wall. Because like I said, I think what happened is this. Because Ryan Reynolds, her husband,
Ryan Reynolds,
her current husband, he was married to Scarlett.
My brain
her
stopped
husband
working. I was like, Ryan Reynolds is a woman?
No, I'm sorry. Blake Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, was married to Scarlett Johansson before he was with Blake Lively. And I think he cheated on Scarlett with Blake Lively. And it was on a movie set and all that kind of stuff. And so, like, I'm sure that tensions do run high. Like, I don't work on a movie set. I still got jealousy issues. You know what I mean? Like, it's understandable. But I think once she saw that it wasn't reciprocated and, like, he really did love his wife, and she was embarrassed of how it made her look and how it made her feel, she went on ahead and did that. And because Ryan Reynolds is the way that he is and he wants to protect his image, he was like, yeah, well, we can paint you as the victim because, like, I've been the mean guy in the situations before, and this is what we got to do to take him down because this is what people were saying about me, and I know how quickly it can work. And it's just like, y'all do know that y'all could be donating money to, like, different foundations that need it.
Hey, there's kids that are starving.
You guys are right. Like, you guys are the kind of people where you actually have the opportunity to give back and to bring awareness. Because, like, also, a lot of people were looking forward to this book being made a movie because, like, it talks about abusive relationships and how to stop the cycle of that. The only thing that we can take away from this is Blake Lively is kind of a jerk. And there are men out there like Justin Baldoni who have been taken advantage of and, lied on just because someone didn't get their way. And we should reflect on our character as a society. If you look at this and you're like, well, Blake was uncomfortable, so we defend her. No. She plotted against him for months.
Exactly. And she did.
She thought because he wasn't as well known as everyone else, that she was going to get away with it. And she didn't. Best thing she can do is drop the case. Which I'm honestly so surprised that she hasn't.
It would probably be in her best interest to drop it right now. Because she's being framed as an idiot, which she is an idiot, but...
Yeah, I think we're seeing first class, dummy. Entitled person behavior. Yeah. It really is. Sorry, I'm yawning now. It's late, y'all. It's late at night.
Also, you had said earlier that you were going to a SZA and Kendrick.
Yes, I went and saw Kendra and Sizik. Kendra and Sizik.
Kendra and Sizik.
I definitely just said Kendra and Sizik.
I love them so much.
No, that's why... I was about to say, that's why I'm so tired. He started off with Whacked Out Murals. And, I'll start with Kendrick because anyone who knows me really well knows I'm one of the biggest Kendrick fans in the world. And he played songs that, like, dated back to, like, my freshman year of high school. Like, truly, like, one of the beginnings of times. And so, he played songs off of GNX, which is his new album, which is flippin' amazing. He played hits off of Damn. Like, he played DNA. He played Mad City, which is another throwback, not off that album. He played Money Trees. He... like, literally covered every single bass. And then he played Euphoria. And hearing an entire crowd... because, like, Atlanta was freaking loud last night. Like, from start to finish, top and bottom of the show, we were all going nuts. And there was a moment where Tyler looked over and down at me. And he said, "Are you okay?" And it was because, like, I was standing there and I was so still and I had one hand covering my mouth. And it's just because, like, I, like, was soaking it all in. Like, SZA came out and she did Broken Clocks.
I love
she
her
did
so much.
Nobody Gets Me. Yeah, she did Nobody Gets Me. But she did it... it was, like, her first time doing it on tour, and afterwards she talked about, she was like, my ex keeps begging me to stop singing that song, but I don't give a, like, and starts, like, dogging her ex-fiance on
so
stage.
Much. She's so iconic.
Oh my god, it was amazing. She really is. Well, and they did all of their collabs together, so, like, they did 30 for 30, they did All the Stars.
To see All the Stars.
They did,
I would have cried.
Listen, it was beautiful. They had the spotlights going from the stage up. That way they looked like stars. And yeah, their stage, it was diamond shaped. So, like, they were all throughout. It was so good. But they did Luther, which is probably my favorite song off the GNX album. I have chill bumps talking about it. And they, like, I mean, they went insanely hard. And then the last song he did before Gloria, well, he did Love from Damn, which was beautiful. But they did Gloria at the end, which all of his merch said Gloria. I obviously got a t-shirt. Tyler got us matching keychains and a hat. Because, I mean, that was his first concert that wasn't country.
Iconic.
Iconic. It was... I want to tell you about this. Whenever she did Nobody Gets Me, she also did Kill Bill. But whenever she did... I know. Whenever she did Nobody Gets Me, her sets are all very, like, nature charged. So it was a lot of green moss. Yeah, there was a lot of green moss. Like, her dancers, they were dressed up like different, like, bugs and different insects, but like fashion. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't like A Bug's Life. Like, it was like, I mean, it was crazy to see. It was beautiful. But in Nobody Gets Me, before she went up, she was talking to us, and I told Tyler, I was like, she has wings on. I bet she's about to levitate. And he was like, what? I was like, watch. That, like, this girl right now, she goes up 30 to 50 feet in the air. Okay? Her skirt starts at her waist. It is from her waist still touching the floor. And then she snaps it, and, like, it looks like a big, like, cocoon that she's coming out of. She snaps it, and it drops. And it's just her in this beautiful black outfit with big wings on. She's singing like an angel 50 feet in the air. Like, I took a couple of videos and I sent it to the girls group chat, and I said, y'all, her mic is on.
Girl,
that girl's mic is on. Videos. I will. No, I mean, it was an amazing show. I love
SZA so much. I would cry if I ever got to see SZA.
Yeah, best birthday present on the planet.
He's iconic. Tyler is iconic for that.
Yeah, like, well, and DJ Mustard was there too. And so, like, he split TV off into two halves. Like, at the first half, he got right up to the point where, like, everyone's supposed to scream Mustard, and he just cut the song off and kept going with the concert, and we were like, what? Like, he's here. Like, what? Why is he doing that? But we were so caught up in all the hits that he was playing, we kind of forgot he even did that. And then towards the tail end of the concert, he went right back into that part, and Mustard came out. Everyone lost their freaking mind because we weren't expecting it. Like, we were truly all so in deep with the rest of the cuts that he was doing, because, like, there was a lot of times where he was like, I can tell that y'all are OGs. Like, I go back, you know, with Atlanta for years. Like, this is one of my favorite places to be. So he was playing all of the deep cuts truly that came out like 15, 16 years ago. And it just, the inner music nerd in me, I had to stop and give her a hug for a moment a few times throughout that concert, because, like, the production was amazing. There were fireworks going off whenever he was singing about Drake being a pedophile, and I was like, yeah, I'm right where I need to be.
You know what? Eat it up.
Yeah. Like, I don't think the entire stadium, because Kendrick and SZA, because they do so many collabs, a lot of us, if you're a Kendrick fan, you're a SZA fan. If you're a SZA fan, you're a Kendrick fan. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's just by association. So seeing everyone collectively yell out the lyric, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor, and the mastermind who's writing it is right there in front of us with the biggest eat shit grin on his face. Oh my god. And I love, he played Family Matters. He played the song that started the freaking beef. Like, he has no care in the world about it. And it's funny because Drake still hasn't come out with anything, and it's been a year. Like, Kendrick said, "Don't mess with me." And Drake said, "I'm not touching you." And Kendrick said, "Okay, fine." And the diss track he put out got him Grammys and a world tour and the Super Bowl. If that's not karma, honey, exactly. I don't know what is. It was amazing. I'm definitely tired. My boyfriend is amazing. The tickets were amazing. We ate so much food. We didn't drink. Dang. We just ate a lot of food. But it's just because, like, we knew that, like, traffic was going to be crazy and, you know, that kind of stuff. But he and I both are the kind where, like, whenever we go to concerts and stuff like that, one of us or both of us need to be aware, because I have anxiety. I'm not going to say that Tyler has anxiety. He's just aware. I have anxiety, so I like to be in control of things. So, like, we didn't drink, but we ate a lot of really good food. I made him take videos, so every video that he has that he sends me, I'll send to you. Thank you. But no, I cannot wait to watch Blake Lively publicly be torn apart, because while I am a girl's girl, I believe in accountability for your actions, and lying on a man who didn't do anything wrong with you solely because he wasn't obsessed with you in the way that you feel like people should. That's disgusting behavior, and you should be humbled in whatever form or fashion people see fit. Kendrick, I know you're listening to the podcast. I know you're a fan. You told me yourself yesterday. Thank you for putting on a great show, friend, pal. Yeah, SZA. See, SZA and I were talking on the phone earlier today, so she already knows how I feel about her.
She was going to give me, like, tickets or something.
SZA,
she was going
to
give
me, job, like, free girl.
Tickets to her next show or something.
Yeah. Like right. Yeah, no, she did tell me that we have free tickets for the next tour that she goes on, and that we also get to have
and we get to fly over the crowd.
Yes, exactly. But, like, she also told me not to, like, tell you or let anybody know. But it's so you and I can actually work security.
I get it. Because, I mean...
Yeah.
I could see us as security guards, because, I mean, if somebody came in with, like, a weapon, we would be like, hey, no. And they would stop because we're hot. Yeah,
we would say... Right. We would say, hey, time and place.
I'd just hold up a mirror.
This is not it.
Point it at them and be like,
right,
hey,
right.
This is the face of ugly. Let's go to the bathroom and let's flush that weapon down the toilet and let's get a haircut.
No, I like that. It's holding the mirror so they can truly reflect. I love that. They can say, let's reflect on this moment, number 1. Number 2, that's a great pun. Number 3, do you think you look cute with this weapon in your hand?
Dumb.
Because you don't.
You look stupid.
Right. Well, what we don't do is that.
So what's the hottest thing you've done this week?
Honestly, probably attend that concert, because it was me, and there was a slew of baddies there, and it just, like, the entire atmosphere was everything a hottie could hope and want. And again, I'm proud of my friend Kendrick. He and I go way back.
Yeah, high school. Y'all went to high school together.
He deserves all the good that's...
Prom dates.
We did. We grew up together, actually. Yeah. We went to prom together. So it was a lot of fun. Oh, thanks. We love you.
Oh my
What's the
God.
hottest thing you did this week?
This weekend I went to Atlanta and I bought 6 books.
Ooh,
6
okay.
books,
Tell me about your books.
should I mention, for $50. And
Oh, what a deal. Where
there's
did
this
you
place
go?
called the Book Nook. It's either the Book Nook or Half Price Books. It's in Decatur, and it's right beside Home Goods. But when I tell you that place is so good,
Hell
I
yeah.
got a 1950s release of The Wizard of Oz. I got the book Stephen King's It.
Shut up.
I
I
got
love
Wicked.
Stephen King. Another
I
good one.
got
I'm currently
Court
reading that.
of Thorns and Roses. And then I got this
Yep,
like 50 historical facts that ended in failure. And I thought that was iconic, so I bought it. And then I got, what was it?
Oh, well, they haven't got to add
Oh,
2025 to it yet, but we're working on it. Okay, keep going.
The last one was what was it? It was, so there's these like book series where it's like Disney like princesses, but it's like, what if this happened? Like, I think I got the one
Ooh,
like
I love
Cinderella.
those.
What if something about the slipper? I can't remember right now. But they were all iconic. And when I tell you, I would have gotten all of those books at Books A Million for like probably $90 to $150. And I got it for $50.
Yeah, you have spent a pretty penny on that
And that
in a
bookstore
bookstore.
in Atlanta, it had new books, like brand new, just released kind of books.
Well, which one are
I'm
you
right
starting
now
with?
reading Wizard of Oz. Because when I
Oh, well, I can't wait
oh
to
my
hear your
God,
reviews.
it's already so crazy. Because even I'm, how many pages in? Let me pull it up. 36 pages in. And I have already found out that Bach from Wicked is in Wizard of Oz.
Oh wow, he's in the
He
book.
quite literally is the head of the Munchkins.
Oh, okay,
And
Bach as a leader. I
hold
like
on,
it.
because are they going to talk about Fiyero?
You gotta keep reading to find out. You listen. You have to give us a
I'll
review
be done
next
with
week.
it by the end of this week. It is so good. The way I have been reading
love
it, because
that.
this week has been so crappy, I quite literally have been like reading it to take my mind off of life. And when I tell you, it is the best distraction. I'm in my reading era.
Well, and Riley will be excited to hear that you also got A Court of Thorns and Roses. She's been on me about reading it, so maybe now that you got it, I absolutely have to
100%.
read it.
When I finish Wizard of Oz and you finish Wicked, I'll start that, and then you can start it. So then we'll read it at the same time, and we'll have like weekly or like every other day phone calls talking about like book club, basically.
Oh, I would love it. I would love to do
I
a
want to
book
be in a book
club.
club so bad.
Excuse me. Well, let's make one, bestie.
Yeah.
Thanks. But we are
Okay,
over our
but
time.
yeah, if you want to join the Hotties book club, comment below.
If I say comment below, we would love to do it.
But yeah, that'll do us for this week's episode.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to like,
Yep, diddle
share,
that like
diddle the
button. Hey,
like
and
button.
remember, this week, let's act our age.
Yeah, and this week, let's communicate and accept when we're wrong, because if not, we'll all end up
Mm-hmm.
like Blake Lively, looking like a straight fool
Let's reach out to that
publicly.
person you blocked. And let's say, hey, I fumbled. So that person that you blocked can say, hey, I know. And then block you.
Yeah, I just, well, not only that, but like everyone take a
Mm-hmm.
moment to self reflect, because what are y'all doing?
Like, how are we grown by acting like that? That's insane to me. Mm.
It's behavior, and then reposting TikToks about what a baddie you are and
It was,
all
what
that
is
kind of
it?
stuff.
What is it?
Get
What was
out.
it? The one that I cackled at. It's the fact, though, that my sister sent me them. Love my sister. Um, because I talked to her about it, and she quite literally stalked them and looked at their repost. And it says, like, it's a view of an ocean, and it says, this and never seeing your face anywhere ever again. Heart. Oh, so you think about me. Oh, so you want
Oh
me.
my, let me pull up my favorite one, because I'll tell you my favorite one before we log off. It's so funny. The last text I had from him was, "How was you up?"
I thought you were dead.
Um, accidentally got home at 4 a.m., went to multiple clubs, got free drinks, and got several unsaved numbers texting my phone. Thank God I'm single, because F explaining that.
Ew.
Hey, hey, that behavior is acceptable
You're hot.
whenever you're like, well, you're like 21, 22, and your every weekend is spent going to a bar. If that's how you want to live your life, go for it. As for me, I would have full blown anxiety, and I'd be like, how did I
Mm-hmm.
present myself last night? Um, so, if that is your definition of success in the dating field, you
Mm-hmm.
and I are playing
Hey,
two
you're
different games,
playing
homie.
croquet. Croquet? Croquet? Croquet?
Croquet. You're
You're
playing
playing
croquet.
tennis and I'm playing baseball. Not even. You
Right.
playing
Like,
football. Let's
I say, you play in football and I'm on
exactly.
the dive team.
I'm doing elegant
Okay?
shiz.
Like, right. Like, I don't. You and I can't sit
You
together in the
wouldn't be at my
lunchroom.
table. Your table. What was that
Sorry.
Ariana line?
Yeah.
It's one of her new songs. It says, "You're so far off. Your seat's nowhere near the table." 100% that.
Right. Like, it's annoying. Like, I'll, it's 12 a.m. my time. I'll give you till 12 a.m. your time. But tomorrow is a new
Mm-hmm.
day. It starts a new month. April showers, May
100%.
flowers.
And hallelujah. Oh, also, before we end it real quick, I have this app on my phone that reads like tarot cards. And yeah, my tarot
Ooh.
said that that person was going to reach out. And I said,
I hope they do, just so you can
ooh.
leave them on red.
Actually, I'll probably respond because I want confrontation.
Period. And you know what? I support you in whatever you decide.
But
But that
it's the
person ain't
fact
worth your
probably
breath.
that they would text me and I'd call them. Because I'm gonna be like, no, 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 no.
Right.
I don't want you thinking. I want whatever's on your brain right then and there. Hey, I have a
Right
gun.
then and there. And I'm one of those people. My message for anyone that has me blocked Good for you. Keep it that way. I mean, don't reach out.
Honestly,
don't text.
I mean, I'd block you too if I was trying to get after you. Because honestly, you're so hot. I'd be like, dang.
I obviously couldn't help myself.
Now I gotta block her.
Damn, I can't talk to her now. I need to block her and forget she even existed.
I fumbled the ball. Now I gotta block her.
Right, I gotta forget you existed because I ruined any possibility I had at being with you.
Alright, hotties. Remember, don't be losers.
Yeah, don't be losers, and as we always say, just communicate. It's not that hard.
Oh, also, if you're one of the people that do block other people, hey, you're not a hottie. You're not a hottie. You're one of the uggos. Log off.
Yeah. Yeah. Log off. Put your phone down. Go outside. Touch grass challenge. At this point, go outside and touch grass.
Dog poop and then lick your hands.
Get in touch with nature.
Me. Touch on me. Wait, hold on.
Oh. T.
Hey. T. Diddle me.
Hey. Oh.
Hey, diddle on me.
Hey.
Hey.
You want to hang out?
Want me? Hey, my pants are down. You want me?
You want me? No. What? I don't know how that happened.
My pants are on the ground. Oh. So you see my penis. You see my penis.
Okay. Not a penis.
So my hole is out.
Oh, and it's in 4K?
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. So, ask you one more time. You want me?
You want me?
Alright, honeys. We'll talk to y'all next week. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.